Good day, this 364th day, meaningful moments, 365 days. Treading with courage. And here's what I'm going to share today. In thinking about this being one day away from the very last of these meaningful moments, these last 365 days, what comes to mind is, what can I share going into the new year that can be helpful, beneficial for you? And this came to me over the last couple of days because a few loved ones around me, whether they had had COVID recently or fluish symptoms or cold symptoms or going to get tested or trying to find a test or whatever, and I'm sure all of us have been in some way affected in that way, like it's around us somehow, and we're hearing it. And of course we're, hearing, even if we don't watch news, but we're seeing it come up on an email or flash across our screen or something about the COVID test, you can't find them, and the spikes and all these different things. And I'm not here today to tell you about what you are or aren't doing, whether it's vaccines or no vaccines or any of that, but I am saying, think about this real closely. Since the beginning of the pandemic, we have been moving through whatever information that has been available, and it keeps altering and changing. Something as simple as 14 or 15 days quarantine to 7 days to 5 days now. And of course there's implications and reasons why the CDC is bringing it to us this way. Of course, we also now know that this particular virus keeps mutating, and we keep being told of different vaccines and varying degrees of how it's affecting us, what the symptoms are, how long it's going to last, all these things. And we keep seeing this continual change and metamorphosis, so to speak, of the information that we're getting. There, I don't find any blame or fault in that. It just is. But what I do know is that through all of this, one thing that we can do, especially going into the new year and knowing that, we're here and living with something that's new and that we've all been affected in some ways, but knowing to tread courageously, regardless of what our decisions are or what we're hearing, go within and tread courageously. For instance, something as simple as, I had a little bit of sinus stuff going on. And in the past, if any one of us were dealing with that, we would have probably taken care of it or not, because, especially here in the Western culture, we tend to push through it anyway. But now it's different because we think, oh my gosh, could this be COVID? Whatever the deal is. But basic, simple things, really simple things, like take care of yourself. And bulleted underneath those bullet points would be: eat well, drink plenty of water, get rest. Often check in with yourself, not just, once a week or even daily, but moment to moment. What is it that your body is asking? What is going on in that emotional realm? What's going on in the mental realm? What kinds of mindsets are you working with on this particular day or this particular moment in that particular event or circumstance? Be aware. Raise that consciousness up so that you can tread courageously. Be aware of how to sort out things like, what are fears and how are they motivating me? What are the different sources of where I'm deriving my emotional world right at this moment? And be aware of what influences from the outside come in, because you allow them in. And yes, become strong enough that you can ward those things, dispel those kinds of influences, and really work from an inner place in your own awakening in your own consciousness, in your own power within, that allows you to tread courageously, boldly into the new year. There are so many things that remain outside our control, and that will always be so. But what we do have is our own self, our own sense of self, and that is where we need to be cultivating our strength, our knowing, our wisdom, and absolutely in all of that, the courage to go forth boldly into the new year and into all the days ahead. For you today, my friends, that you may tread courageously. I hope